A marriage interrupted.
It would be marriage and ADHD.
It would be. I'm Felicia Horton.
Jonathan.
um, First, now that you're here, thank you for joining us. If you have a moment to like the video, to subscribe, very much appreciate that and appreciate all the comments that come in. We are not licensed or certified or really have any formal training in our situation. Everything we share with you.
I've been training for over 60 years.
Yes, you have. And I have been tagging along and doing my absolute best. But we are here just as a couple who later in life found out that Jonathan has ADHD. Often people will ask me if I have ADHD because they think I may. I have been checked for ADHD multiple times, and each time I've been told, no, I've been given other labels, but not ADHD.
What are some of your other labels?
I've been told I have a type A personality, anxiety, OCD. Not OCD. That is so important that I don't have OCD. I like things organized, but thank goodness I'm not compulsive. Anal, pain in the butt, but not compulsive. So I'm grateful for that. And it is a diagnosis that is not to be taken lightly. So I do not have OCD. I just like things in order. I like simplicity and order. So anyway, with that, here we are, sharing with you the trials and tribulations of a marriage.
There are trials and tribulations?
There are a few of them. So we're just going to chat today amongst each other and just kind of share with you how we feel and our thoughts in this process today. The topic itself is just general. It's really about Jonathan having ADHD, me not having ADHD, and where do we meet in the middle and compromise? That's a tough one at times. I will say that the comments I've gotten from our videos, be it through YouTube, emails, those that know me who have called me or text me, more often than not, feel that I am wrong in many ways, and that Jonathan is more, I guess, the victim.
I'm such a victim.
And that I'm not nice and I'm not kind to him, and I say and do mean things and are not compassionate. And
yeah, that's unfortunate because in my life, you have been the one constant who has hung in there with me.
Yeah, and I don't.
Besides family and everything, but you have been the one to stick through all the trials and tribulations. And
yeah, so and vice versa. I mean, we're in this together, and I think that's what people have to see. One, some of the comments I've gotten, and don't get me wrong, we love the comments, we love the conversation, and I learned so much from everybody responding, be it through YouTube or email or text me or call me. My sister shared with me her feelings about Jonathan and his social anxiety, which I appreciate. Oops, I keep hitting the mic. I appreciate that very much. But I know Jonathan very well, and Jonathan sometimes doesn't recognize some of his own behaviors. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not trying to be mean or take him down or embarrass him. But a great example was our conversation yesterday.
Oh, the social anxiety.
Yeah.
When I said, I think we did a video not too long ago about social anxiety. I said, no, I'm not afraid to go in public. I can go in public. But then yesterday a situation came up, and I realized and remembered that I am uncomfortable in small situations where you're forced to talk to people that you don't know about a subject that you are not familiar with.
Yeah, so
I would rather avoid those situations.
So the comments I received were, those that know Jonathan, and it wasn't just my sister. It was other people know him. Go, he doesn't have social anxiety. Every time we're with him, he's the funny one. He's the outgoing one. He's the one that gets the kids playing. And that is because you're comfortable with those people. I had mentioned him coming to an event that I do, a really important event to me, and I said I would love for him to be there.
Which I said I would love to be there, but then I know you guys break off into little groups and talk, and I said that's where I'm out.
Yeah. So to sit and just observe, but even the beginning part where I introduce you to everyone.
I'm fine with that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
don't ask me to remember their names.
No, definitely not that. Um, so I think what happens is in these conversations, some of my frustration is Jonathan in the moment, not I don't is not that you're getting defensive, but you don't agree always with the conversation that we're having in the moment, and then off camera later you will go, aha, that is right, aha, that does happen.
I
And
have a lot of aha moments.
you do, and so but you don't see that. So and I
Because
don't.
I don't
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't see that.
You don't see what?
You said, but you don't see that.
You see the aha moments not until they're aha, right? You
Oh
you don't
yeah.
see them when we're recording. The people watching this don't see those aha moments off camera.
Oh.
Those are just between us, and then I'm like, oh, well, we put the video out and it makes me look like I was bashing you, and I didn't mean to. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to let everyone know my perspective.
You love bashing me that once in a while. That was a joke, but it was just
So anyway, um, I just want to make sure everyone realizes that this process of a marriage interrupted about marriage and ADHD is not intended to be one-sided. It's two-sided. It's the struggles of everyday life for somebody with ADHD and the struggles of everyday life for the partner that doesn't have ADHD, because both sides are very real and both sides are very difficult at times, and both sides are very rewarding and exciting and beautiful at times. But it's really important to realize that I'm not here to bash Jonathan's process at all. I'm here to share my side and my human reaction to some of that process.
and I appreciate you. Thank you for putting up with my
So
aha moments.
with that, I say that a lot with that, but we go through this and we're on the camera and I'm the one comfortable talking in the moment. I think quickly. I have the answers. I keep it flowing. And people will say, well, you talk over Jonathan or you don't let him talk.
I'm not a big talker on camera.
Right? So we'll talk about, oh, you're going to say this, you're going to talk about that, I'm going to prompt this. And then we'll do that. And then he'll just stare at me. And we're on film. And I'm like,
cute.
And I'm like, but that was your cue. We discussed this. And he looks at me like we never talked about it. And then I talk because I'm trying to save our video. And then that's interpreted as me not giving him the opportunity to talk.
I have plenty of opportunities to talk. Sometimes I just don't know what to say.
And so one of the catchphrases Jonathan uses a lot in our conversations in our marriage is, I don't think as quickly as you. I don't think on my feet like you do.
You're a pretty quick thinker. You're like Gilmore Girls.
I don't think I'm that quick.
So I get anxiety watching that show because they banter so fast. I said, that's not realistic. To go back and have it, well, that's her.
Right? And you're not on the other end. So that's why it's not realistic for you. You always say that when we have disagreements, arguments, fights, talks, that it's not fair because I have the advantage because I think quickly.
Yeah, it is.
But it's not to overshadow you.
So we could have our conversations in slow motion.
We could try that. We can film them. We always say we should record or film our discussions. Yeah.
Wait a second. Are we having a discussion? Let me turn the camera on, and then later we can review it and critique it.
Yeah.
That'd be a great idea.
It would, but it doesn't always work that way. Most of the time we're driving, and that wouldn't be appropriate. But I think I'm
gonna try that one of these days. So wait a second. Are you mad at me? Wait a second. Let me film this.
And it goes the other way. Again, it's not that I'm always mad at Jonathan. Jonathan loves to say he never gets mad at me, but he does. And I frustrate him. And I say and do things that leave him feeling bad. just as he does to me. We do it both ways. He will do things where I walk away crying, and he's like, why? What did I do? But it's real to me. So it's really important that everyone realizes a marriage, when one has ADHD and one does it, is truly two-sided. It's not fair to ask the person without ADHD to make all the compromises and accept the person with ADHD completely and wholly, and alter their life completely for them, and not be heard, understood, or have a say because they don't have ADHD. It takes away, it sucks the life out of you, right? You don't have a voice. You don't get to exist in the relationship. And I think that's what this is all about, allowing both sides to exist, acknowledging both sides. Yes?
Yes. I was going to make a smart aleck remark, but I
What?
thought it wasn't appropriate. No.
Most of what you say is not appropriate. And half the time, people don't even understand his humor. He'll say something and we'll go, "What was that funny? We missed it. What happened there?" And then he's laughing, and we're like, "Shoo!" over our head. Yeah. Dad jokes.
Slow motion.
Yeah. So that's my my plea.
That's your spiel for the day.
Well, it is. It's my plea to allow me to be heard without the criticism, as well as Jonathan.
No, what we're trying to do is help people understand that there, of the two sides, that it's work for both sides.
Yes.
Probably a lot more work on your side.
Well, it tends to be that way.
And patience.
It tends to be that way, and that's why I was doing this, in hopes that it didn't have to be as much that, not just for me, as for anyone.
I don't do it on purpose.
No.
That was our famous conversation yesterday.
Yes.
I sincerely don't do things on purpose to upset you. I would never. I don't like arguing. It gives me great anxiety to argue.
That's because you can't think fast enough to win.
And maybe that's part of it. But I would rather not. I don't do things to argue with you. Sometimes you say things that make me believe that I did it on purpose to make you upset. Do you do this on purpose to upset me? No.
No, and that's another thing that Jonathan says. And he knows how to trigger me. He knows the things to say that he knows get me just like, no, like I get so frustrated.
But that comment in itself says he knows how to trigger you. I must not, because I would not trigger you on purpose.
And maybe it's subconscious because it's repeated. And I've asked in the past as we talk, can you not say that? Because his saying, he'll say, why would I do that? Why would I want to make you mad at me? I don't think he wants to make me mad. But that's how we all innately defend ourselves, and we all innately fight or flight. We have what we know subconsciously, consciously, what we need to say and do to protect ourselves. And one of the things Jonathan will say or do that he knows will shut me off is, why would I do that? Why would I intentionally upset you? And I don't think it's intentional. I think it's subconscious, that he knows my buttons over 34 years. And I think he uses them to protect himself in a situation, often in a situation where he wasn't 100% truthful, or he was covering for something he did or didn't do, or he's feeling defensive. And it's usually when he knows he should have done something different, didn't follow through.
But I may have many faults, but being wrong isn't one of them.
Never. Jonathan is never wrong. I will tell you that. Jonathan is never wrong. I get to be the one who's always apologizing. So,
thank you.
So, that's it. I would love the opportunity.
So, what's the key word of the day?
The key word? I don't have a key
Patience.
word. Patience. Patience is a good key word.
I have patience for your not understanding what I'm talking about sometimes, and you have to understand that I don't understand what you're talking about sometimes.
Yes, and I think that's important, to see both sides. So I thank you for hearing my side as well as Jonathan's side, and to know
and hang in there.
Everything we're doing
is worth it.
It is, and
Hello.
everything we're doing is to help. Um, and nowhere in here am I intentionally beating up on Jonathan. I'm not. That is not why we're
Would you
doing
have
this.
more good times than bad times?
I'm Felicia.
I'm Jonathan.
This is a Marriage Interrupted.